Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Insurance Television Network. I'm here today with, everybody knows, Joe Battaglia. I'm Trish. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. Since we've had this big online presence, we've gotten so many questions, people writing in, calling in, emailing us. So we thought we'd just take a chance and just address some of the questions that keep popping up. So I'm going to ask questions. And this guy's going to give you the answers.
I'm here for you. Fire away, Trish.
Okay, the first one we have is from Joy P. from Syosset, New York, not far from here.
Okay.
Her question is, Joe, I don't come from an insurance background. How complicated is the process of Medicare insurance sales?
Well, very good question. Well, the idea is we have to look at what the demand is for anything, right? You know, obviously you're getting your insurance license because you hear the insurance world is an incredible place to make a lot of money. It is, if you're selling the right products, right? So Medicare is exceptional. So do you really need to know about Medicare? No, we take care of all that. But, looking about, the industry, how to get into it. You got your life insurance license, right? And you obtain your life and health license. So now you have that, right? You have a life and health license. And where a lot of people go wrong is they migrate towards the life portion of it, right? Because they hear everybody's a life insurance agent, right? Well, the truth of the matter is, that's a marketplace that's very difficult. And what we do know from experience is we see that a lot of agents, if they start with life insurance, well, after a few months, they're disenchanted with the whole market and they drop out of the market. So do you need experience selling insurance? No, we could take care of that. Do you need to have experience in sales? Well, all you have to do is be a people person. If you're quiet, and what's that thing we always share at DDS? What is that, Trish?
Dead don't sell.
Dead don't sell. You can't be like that. So if you're outgoing, if you're energetic, if you're coachable, you'll be fine.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, well, that brings us to Matt from Nevada's question. Do I need a special certification to get involved?
Okay, so you need your life and health license, right? And then there's a certification process. So Medicare has a program called AHIP, AHIP. It's an online course, right? There's a small fee for it. But you take this online course, there's different modules. You take your time because it's giving you the rules and regulations of Medicare, what you can do and what you can't do. It's a great learning experience. So that's something you do online. So yes, that's all you need. So in conjunction with your life and health license, you do need to have your AHIP certification completed.
Okay, great. Okay, this is from Kathleen in Queens, New York. Joe, what is the ratio of average appointments that you go on to actually closing a sale with the Medicare?
So what you're saying is how confident are you that every appointment is going to be successful?
That's pretty much what Kathleen wants to know.
Are you ready for this answer?
Uh-huh.
Are you ready for the answer? 100%. So we practice something know before you go, as you know.
Yes.
And if you practice know before you go, and you really do, you're going to know everything you need to know about that prospect, right? You're never going on an appointment if you're not going to write them up. We're not talking about those so-called assume the sale. That's not what it's all about. It's knowing that you could actually help somebody. So if it answers your question, Trish, and our viewers, you're going to write up 100% of the people all the time if you follow what we do, because we never go on an appointment unless we know before we go. We're knowing about their doctors, their hospitals, their medicines, and what other programs, what plan they have in place. And if we're going to find the plan that makes sense for them where they could save money, we'll go on the appointment. If we're not confident that we can save money, no need to be on the appointment. So
exactly.
It's 100% if you follow a system.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have from Jane R. from New Jersey.
Okay.
Joe, who am I selling this product to? Where do I get leads from?
Well, leads. That's what everybody asks for. And you know what, Trish? I have to ask our viewers, what do you use for leads? So you're selling life insurance, final expense, disability, whatever it may be. Where do you find your next lead? Well, the idea is often we find out and we know that a lot of the products that they're selling right now has a low demand and a high cost. It makes it difficult. But if you look around anyway, and I want you to play a little game. So today and for the rest of the week, look around. Every store you go to, right? When you're driving, when you're walking around, look at how many seniors are around you. It's like the invasion of the seniors in a good way, because there's so many people that we could help. They're all around. So as far as the leads, we have many lead programs for you that work exceptionally, right? And you know that.
Oh, yeah. I can attest to it.
So the idea is, besides those, just the overall, potential because of the marketplace in your area, no matter where you are in the country, there are thousands of people every quarter that are looking for their Medicare health options because there's 11,000 people a day. So no matter where you are, there's somebody else. So I hope that's enough. There's not enough agents to handle the demand, so that's a different thing.
It's true. Okay, next up we have from Kathy in Florida. I shouldn't say where in Florida. Joe, how much time do I have to dedicate to this business?
Very easy. How much money do you want to make? It's as easy as that,
Exactly.
Trish.
Like any other business, right?
If you want to make a lot of money in this business, it's different than any other insurance business. You see, in the insurance business, if you're selling a product that's a high demand and low cost, the more you work, the more you're going to make. But unlike every other insurance product that you sell, if you work long, hard hours, doesn't guarantee you're making money.
No.
So it's different in what we do. So with us, because of our high demand, low cost, and no underwriting, you can sell a lot to the millions of people that are out there. The idea of Medicare market grows exponentially every day. So if you follow what we teach you to do, you practice know before you go, you realize how many people are out there and how you start to become branded in your community, well, the sky's the limit. So do you have to work a lot? No, only the amount of money you want to make. So the more you work, the more money you make. So I guess work as much as you want, but work smart. We're going to show you.
Unless you don't want more money.
I tend to believe they want it, Trish, right? Absolutely.
Okay, next up we have from Neil K. right in Dix Hills. Joe, do you have real training and support? What is this boot camp, webinar Wednesday, and strategy sessions? How can that help me?
Okay. You know, what we realized many years ago, Trish, is that it's all about the support to our agents. There's a lot of companies that say, come on board with us, we're going to support you, we're going to coach you, and they do nothing. They never see you, they never communicate with you. You know, you get phone calls from us all the time if you want. If you don't want to hear from us, don't worry, you don't have to. But the idea is we're always there. You can call us from morning to night. We answer our phones. We are here to help you. We put you in contact with the platinum producers, people making a lot of money in this business. It's their pleasure to share their success stories with you because we help them become successful. You know, our strategy sessions, from how do you talk on the phone to product knowledge to marketing, everything in between we share with you. It's very important. Every Wednesday, we have Webinar Wednesdays where you plug into an hour and 15 minutes, and you learn about all these hot topics. You know, it's all about how much of me can I share with you to make you successful. You see, I have a very unique background. You know, I command a ship of an extremely large FMO that makes millions of dollars a year. The idea is that we want to help you. And the more I plug you into what I know, because you are plugging into strategy sessions, the Webinar Wednesdays, in-person boot camps, you're going to be very successful. So I hope it answers the question.
Okay. All right. And the last one we have here is from Mikey M.
Okay.
Joe, how do I become more confident in my sales presentation?
You know, it's all about marketing, product knowledge, right, and presentation skills. If you're missing portions of that, and we have webinars that we do just on those topics. But the idea is you have to master those areas, right? And you know what? I learn from experience. And you know what's really incredible? I've been doing this Medicare business for many, many years. And the idea is if I had in place 13 years ago what I have in place for agents now, wow. You see, my business grew exponentially every single year. And the idea is I started thinking, you know, I can do this training for agents and stuff like that, but what's some place where they can really have something where they always can refer back to? And because of that, well, I wrote a book. And the book is called The Power of You. And Trish, I think you happen
to have a copy right here.
Did you read it?
Absolutely.
From front to back?
Front to back.
All right. You did it multiple times?
Multiple times.
There you go.
But then again, I got you right here, so I could just ask you.
There you go.
But I did read the book, and
it helps
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
You see,
awesome
the Power of You, I wrote the book for one simple reason. Because the idea is you need a resource. I put all my experiences into the book. And if you follow those experiences, you're going to be very successful. So happy reading. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, we actually have a few more. This is from Stephanie K. from Lindenhurst. Joe, how flexible is this business? Do you always need to be on the road?
Unbelievable. This business is as flexible as you want it to be. So if you want to visit somebody or don't want to visit somebody, it does not matter. You see, this business is flexible because you could do online enrollments. You see, e-commerce in this country is at all-time high. And you realize seniors is the fastest growing market on the internet today as far as e-commerce. Do you do e-commerce. Yes, you buy online. So do seniors, and so do the companies allow you to enroll people online. So you can visit them, you can enroll them online. Trish, don't you mail apps to people?
I mail apps, I do it online. I actually do like to visit them. I mix it up.
You mix it up.
Yeah.
So a person might say, no, I want to see who you are. Well, you go visit them. A person might say, well, it doesn't matter. If you get the feeling, remember, the ultimate is never having to visit somebody. So you can mail the app, but if they want to see you, you got to go. You know, we notice now it's probably 50-50 where people go and don't go. It's all up to you. It's the way that people feel comfortable with you to do something by the mail, to enroll online. But the beauty, it's flexible. Is your business flexible now? Imagine this. You can work from the comfort of your home and never visit anybody anymore. Not only in your state, across the United States. Some carriers have online enrollments, and we'll show you who they are. So I hope that answers your question. Is it flexible? More than anything you ever sold before.
Okay, now we have from Flo in Farmingdale.
Oh, I know Flo.
You know Flo.
Ah, what did she?
How do you look up plans and know which plan is right for your prospect?
Well, a lot of agents, they say, I want to make sure I do the right thing. And of course we want to. But, how do you do the right thing? Well, we have software that we developed. And in the software, I know, Trish, you used it a lot. So what do you do with it? Share with us.
It's Lead Advantage Pro.
Right.
And it is basically just simplified everything and cuts the time in half. You put your prospect's information in, what you collect, because before you go,
right,
the doctors, the hospitals, the meds, and it cross-references it with every plan available in that area, as well as which doctors are in or not in network. So it's pretty simple to narrow it down.
Man, I wish I had that many years ago, but we developed it, so it's all good. It's all good. You have it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
And is there any cost to that Lead Advantage Pro?
Nope.
No.
No.
Oh, my God.
No cost.
So what we're saying is you have a business now that is incredible because everywhere you look as a senior, and they have this huge demand for it. It is low cost, so it's a product they need. They could definitely afford it. And guess what? There's not enough agents to handle the demand. How incredible is that? So yeah, any other questions for me?
I think we have one more.
Okay.
Okay, this is from Tom B.
Okay.
How do I incorporate Medicare products into my existing insurance financial planning practice?
Okay. So here's what you look at. If you're selling insurance, right, the idea is you have to talk to people every day, right? If you're a financial advisor, you have to talk to people. You need to tell your story. Your unique story you have to share with somebody every day. And if you don't have the ability, well, you're not going to write anything, right? So we need to really understand the value of what Medicare does. So if you're a financial advisor, what we hear from financial advisors across the country, it opens up doors to those golden eggs. What is it? They're 401k rollovers, right? The IRA rollovers when a person retires. So now you have this ability to get in front of people, helping them save money on their health insurance, and now addressing their concern of the 401k rollovers, IRA rollovers, right? If you're selling insurance, if you're selling financial expense, what a wonderful way to get in front of the people that you're selling to. Seniors. Seniors is just an incredible marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Are there any other questions?
I think that's about it for the questions.
So let me just sum this up for you. You've taken certain steps. So whether you started doing your AHIP or you watched our opportunity video and you have some questions, maybe called into our staff if you have questions, that's what it's all about. We don't want you to get involved in a business unless you know from start to finish what it's all about, right? Now, Trish, I know that you didn't have any, you had a sales background, but
Exactly.
You never had any background in insurance. You went and got your license, right? And I know that. I remember the day that you first came to us, you were introduced to us or referred to us from another agent who was in the insurance business for many, many years, very successful. And he brought you to us. You didn't have your insurance license, right? And what were some things that intrigued you about this business? And what intrigued you about senior services that made you say, you know what, I'm going to get my license and really do successful in this business?
Well, I needed a change in my life. I was good at sales, I knew that. I just didn't want to sell clothes or cars, or I wanted something more substantial, and I actually wanted to help people. So I decided on insurance, and I was now going to investigate it. So I went to a couple different places.
Right.
One of I think the main thing that made me choose senior services was the other places I had gone to. you have to spend a lot of money when you get there. You have to buy the laptop. You have to buy the programs. For me, you're going to start out with like $4,000 in the hole before I've even sold anybody anything or learned anything. Didn't like that. The next thing, the thought that was rolling around in the back of my head, and then when I had this meeting with Senior Services and with Joe, he said, let me ask you something. Who are you selling this insurance to? That was exactly the issue that I had. My friends and family? Aren't I too old for that? I mean, I call my cousin up. So what I liked was to know that I would be able, after all the training that you go through, a fear was, who am I going to sell? Am I going to be knocking on doors? How am I going to do this? And I didn't have to do any of that. And I do have to say that I have never been looking for leads or looking for people to sell. I can't keep up with the leads and the phone calls.
Right, that's good. And that's exactly what we look for. So, there's a special thing that we look for, just like you're looking for the perfect home, right? Don't forget, you're an independent agent. It's your book of business. It's yours to keep. It follows you. The idea is we look for certain agents too, certain qualities. And the qualities we look for is outgoingness, right? The ability to learn, to be mentored and trained, to be coached, right? And just to be there. The idea is if you consider this business because you just want to dabble in it, it's probably not for you. But the idea is you can be very successful. You never want for anything. So, you have this, you're ahead right now, right? So you looked at the opportunity meeting, and now you have some other questions still. And, don't forget there's that boot camp training that you have to get into, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did the boot camp training help you, Trish?
The boot camp training was so helpful. I actually did it twice. I did it once while I was in the process of getting my license, and then I did it after I became licensed. And I'm here all the time.
Right,
so
absolutely.
One of the great things about this is even if you're here or you're not here, the support, the webinars, the meetings, the strategy talks, the laying everything out. There's always somebody here that you can go to, whether it's Joe or Joey or any of the agents that have been around for a long time. Super helpful. And like I said, I knew nothing about insurance. And I'm not going to say I know everything, but I'm selling insurance, and I feel confident that I'm doing a good job on it because they make sure I am.
Right. And that's important. So what I want you to understand is you're about to grow an incredible book of business that'll pay year after year after year. Residual income is one of the incredible benefits, features of insurance, right? But if your products don't sell, you're not going to have residual income. We have residual income that keeps on coming in, right? And that's important for everybody. So that's really good.
One other thing I want to tell you, I remember when I was kind of not really sure which direction I was going to go in, I was in another place and they were talking about having meetings with prospects. And they were talking about the first meeting, the second meeting, the third meeting. And I'm thinking, how many times do you have to meet with these people? And if there's a meeting, there's one meeting.
Right, absolutely.
And that's it.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
You see, we truly practice know before you go. And then we're signing them up. And then we are going to follow up, and we have some autopilot programs we'll explain another time, but we have autopilot programs where these people are calling you now. Totally different because they need these products. So we show you everything. So I want you to seriously think about more questions. Seriously think if this business is right for you. Because if we're right for you, if you have that feeling, and we have that feeling too for you, hey, let's get started. Let's not delay. Do what you have to do. Get all your contract and certification out of the way because that's what stops you from making money. Everybody says the new year, I'm going to make new money. Whatever it is, whether it's the middle of the year, the beginning of the year, the end of the year, now is the time to start selling and making the money you deserve, right? So with that, I want to thank you all. Thank you for the questions, Trish. Don't forget the book, The Power of You. Thank you, Trish.
Especially if you can't keep running into his office every day, you can get the book. It's like having him.
But thank you so much, Trish, for being on. So I wish you many years of success. You have an incredible road ahead of you. Just do it. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Trish. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.